All right, I am just waiting for one of the streams to go through. I've got two live right now. For some reason, one isn't connecting. So, if you guys could just let me know in the chat. I see Greg, you're here. Let me know if this stream's coming through to at least YouTube. Can you guys let me know? I've got the streaming to Facebook, to Twitter, and to YouTube right now, apparently, but I can only see two streams active. And why does this always happen? One second. There we go. Okay, so it is working on YouTube for sure. Let's see here. Brian, thanks. I'm glad you love the video. That was a lot of fun to make and a little bit stressful at times. I really wanted to make it. I wanted to do it justice. Hi, Andrea. Hi, Patrick. Okay, so YouTube's working at least. If need be, I can share this to Facebook later. So, guys, let's talk about this raw and real video, drawing a line in the sand. Yeah. For some of you who are in my alchemy program, you kind of know that this video was coming, but it goes way beyond that. Everything that I've been going through since I started Raw and Real, this whole series, this inception of Raw and Real, has been kind of a journey of me becoming really vulnerable about some of the more difficult parts of my healing journey related to sexual abuse that only came into my understanding end of October, early November, when I first started this. And so, hi, Daniela. So I want to talk to you guys about some of the lessons. Oh, thank you, Andrea. That's so sweet. So this Raw and Real might be a little angry. Not like crazy angry, but a little stern. I'm going to be a little stern and a little firm. And that's part of the mother bear energy that's coming out of me, that is kind of integrating more into who I am. It's been dormant for a really long time, and there's a reason why it's starting to come out. Where do I start? A lot of my boundaries have been challenged since I've been going through this healing process. A lot of my boundaries have definitely been challenged by various people, not just one or two, a few people. And just as a disclaimer here, I just want to say that anyone who has challenged my boundaries, I have only love for all of you. You've all played a role in helping be teachers to me on understanding my boundaries, and I don't have any ill will towards any of these people at all. However, that doesn't mean that I'm going to take it or accept it as any sort of interaction that I want to continue with. So one of the things, especially as empaths and anyone really on the spiritual journey of really wanting to be better and to become more loving in everything that you do, this is one of the harder lessons to learn. Proper boundaries, energetically, emotionally, mentally, physically, all levels. And oftentimes we think that when we get angry, that we're not in a place of love. But oftentimes that anger can be coming from a place of self-love, standing up for self, putting boundaries in place that can't be crossed because they've been infringed upon for far too long. So I have a program that I've realized that I run, and I talked about this a little bit on my podcast in one of the videos, in one of the episodes. I believe it was with Marina Jacoby. And one of the programs that I've realized I've been running through trying to understand, like, why am I coming up against so many people that are challenging my boundaries in the last, not just even the last few months, but even months leading up to me understanding and remembering the sexual abuse. And one of the programs I run is you need to be nice in order to be liked. And that is a program I have been running since I was a kid. And I would err on needing to really be wanting to be really liked, because my self-value was very low. For obvious reasons, if you're abused in any way, whether it's sexual, physical, emotional, mental, of course you're going to be suffering from a low self-esteem, low self-value, and self-worth. It's a program that gets imprinted into you through that. And so I've struggled with self-value and self-worth since I was a kid. And so I would put off my own needs in order to make other people feel good, or, hopefully in exchange for me being liked. And the other program that I've been running too, because there's at least two, I mean, I'm sure there might be more, but that I've been trying to discover so that I can reprogram my subconscious and stop it, is that I don't want to be making people uncomfortable, because through confrontation. I don't want to make anyone uncomfortable, because as an empath, I pick up on that and it doesn't feel good. And confrontation always makes people not feel good. And so these are a couple programs that I've been running and I've had to deal with. Some of the ways that my boundaries have been challenged is either through, a lot of it's actually recently been through either clients or people who watch my channel and write into me or worked with me. And it's been astonishing to me, and it's been great as well, because I've learned a lot. And one of the things that I've really realized is that I give way more than I receive. And that is also a program that I want to stop, because it's actually not healthy and in alignment with the universal energies. Universal energies want union of giving and receiving, the masculine and the feminine energies. And, when I was kind of first starting to put out all my work and working with people one-on-one, I would work with people who had no money, and I would give my services away for free in order to just help people and hopefully impact them positively. And I don't regret any of that. I don't regret, but it's come at a cost, and costs that I didn't even realize I would be up against. I mean, I had one person who reached out to me, and she had zero money. She had no job, and she had a very embarrassing health issue. And I said, don't worry, I'll work with you. And within one session, I was able to, I got the download. It's a belief. You need to switch your perception and a belief, and it'll help. And, she did it. And within 3 days, the health issue that she had been suffering from that was so embarrassing for her for months just went away, never came back. And I never asked for anything in return. Actually, the only thing I asked for was, would you write a testimonial on my website for me, And she agreed and all of that. And then she would then ask me for more help. And I was like, okay, sure, I'll help. And this went on a couple of times. And then eventually, I stopped engaging as much, because there's only so much time I have and there's only so much I can give. And I started getting really angry emails telling me that I was energetically attacking her and infringing on her. And I was like, wow. And there was just nothing I could say to placate her and tell her that's not what I'm doing at all. In fact, if I was being completely honest, I had no time to think about this person. I was so busy planning a cruise. I just did not have time to think about this person. And so this person just got really angry, told me to take down the testimonial. And I was like, okay, no problem. And I took it down. And, this sort of thing, I'm like, wow, I gave what I believed was really helpful, and it physically literally helped this person, and the gratitude was gone. There was no appreciation for the energy exchange. So that was one instance where my boundary was really challenged. I had another person who was just writing me very uncomfortable messages through email, and he was just it was just making me feel very uncomfortable, and I had to block this person. I had another person reach out who I know their intentions were coming from a good place. I really know that. They wanted to help me heal when they saw my raw and real videos and thinking I needed a lot of healing. This is something actually for all of you. I'd like you to really take this into consideration, meditate on it, reflect on it, and understand how important this is. Because, understanding your boundaries energetically is of the utmost importance when you are really working with a lot of energy, whether it's in your meditations, you're a healer, like you're working with the collective energies, whatever it is, you really need to be aware of this, that your energetic field should have a boundary and everyone else's as well, which means if you're a healer, you shouldn't be working on anyone without their permission. And vice versa, you shouldn't let anyone be working on you without their permission. Now, this person reached out to me a few months ago, wanted to work on me and just but came at it from a place where believed I was being swallowed by the dark energies. And I don't mean to laugh at this person at all, but it's not what was happening at all. Me expressing my pain, me expressing through tears, is me healing and allowing all of the past trauma to finally leave my body, leave my emotional field, leave my energetic field. And I politely declined because I'm very specific about who I let in to work on me. And right now, there's only one person I really trust to work with me on my healing. And she's the only person I'm working with. And so I don't want anyone else working in my energy field. And that's just that's what I want. It's because the reason why I work with her is because I feel so safe. And feeling safe is one of the utmost priorities right now for me, given everything that I'm healing from. And I don't feel safe with people I've never met before, or I never had any interaction except for, emails. And so I politely declined, and this person kept persisting and saying I needed it, and it was getting aggressive. And I just had to my first instinct was, do I just ignore this and block the person? Because that's what non-confrontational Nicole used to do, right? And I realized that I cannot do that anymore. I have to stand up and I could hear my inner child basically saying, stand up for us already. Tell him no. Tell him I don't like it. And that's what came through. Is I just want you to know that I don't blah, 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 blah. And I don't like it. And when I said it, there was this incredible energy release where I felt so empowered, because when I was 5, and this was happening to me, I remember feeling I don't like this, but I had no voice back then, and I had no one to stand up for me. And so I had to be stern, and I had to say it in a way that was confrontational, that I'm not used to. I've also had to fire, 1 or 2 clients because when I asked for space, they just kept texting and emailing and not respecting that. And again, working with people for free for so long, that it's the people, it's interesting. It's the people who weren't paying me that were the ones that were infringing upon my boundaries. And I'm like, wow, there's a major lesson here. And so I had to completely block this person. And this person's a beautiful soul. I don't want to say anything bad about this person. They are a beautiful soul. They're just going through their own journey right now, and they're not understanding how the one request I ever had was just give me space. It's the only thing I've ever asked for, and it wasn't being honored. And that's where I realized I had to be a teacher, not just for myself, but for this person in this instance. So there has been a lot kind of going on where I've realized I have to really stand up for myself and speak out and draw lines in the sand. And if I see any aggressive behavior that's, whether it's happening in my own, just in my own personal space, if it's happening through my emails, it's happening in a Facebook group, if it's happening in my alchemy program, I'm going to say something. I'm not going to stand for it. It's just not the energy that I want to engage with anymore. But what's so great about it is that I'm finally able to exercise my mother bear energy. And one of you, and I think Brian, it was you, that because I remember your comment, it brought tears to my eyes. It made me cry. It was so sweet. And all of your comments are very sweet, but this one in particular really honed in on the fact that I was going through this to understand that because you guys all know I want to be a mom. I want kids. You heard my healing journey, that this was helping me really understand what I would need as a mother to protect my child. And I'm feeling that mother bear energy like come to life. And given everything that we're going through right now, on a collective level, I know there's so much happening with the children, and a lot of it's not being talked about through the media. And I know some of you have written to me that you're trying to spread this information to people far and wide, and people are just like having so much cognitive dissonance. I was just on the phone with a friend right before I went live, and she was telling me that, she's just getting like attacked for trying to bring light to the situation. And a lot of people are gonna really suffer from severe fracturing of the mind, okay, and the emotional body, because they haven't allowed the truth in. And when that truth finally hits the surface, and it can no longer be hidden, because that time is coming, and it's coming real fast, that these people are going to suffer big time, just because their bodies, their minds, their emotional, they're not going to be able to understand how this was hidden from them, how any sort of person could have this kind of this hatred towards children, or what's the word I'm looking for? Pervertedness, okay, towards children. So it's just so important right now that we honor your own boundaries. Know what your boundaries are, and don't be afraid to exercise that. Declare your own sovereignty. We are going through a time right now where our personal sovereignty, not just like national sovereignty, physical, like your sovereignty on all levels is being challenged right now. So by you like standing up for yourself, wherever you're given an opportunity to do it, in whatever way feels comfortable for you, take that opportunity, because that energy is only going to feed the timeline of sovereignty for all to manifest into fruition faster. So it's really important that we're all doing that. And to know that also many of you probably have an inner child that really needs you to stand up for them, because so many of us have experienced trauma to some degree, whether it's minimal or extremely massive. That child needs a voice. It needs the protection and feeling safe. And that whole idea of needing to be safe is so important right now. It's so important. So going forward, I just want to make it really clear, and this is not a dig at anyone. If you've written me, if you've emailed me and asked me questions about your personal life and what to do, and I haven't responded, it's because of this. And I'm not trying to ignore you. It's just, I am so busy doing so much. I put out so much of my heart to you guys through these videos, through, I put into my alchemy program, into my podcast, into group live streams with other people, to give as much as I can for you guys, so that you're like got whatever tools that you need or information that's helpful to you. But when it comes to like coaching and readings and stuff like that, yeah, I'll do like my free live tarot still on YouTube every now and then, because that's my choice and I choose to do it so in that time frame. But I just can't offer my services for free anymore to anyone. And it kind of saddens me a little bit that it's gotten to this point, because I thought, that it would work out, but it hasn't, and it's been really kind of detrimental to my own like well-being in a sense of how I feel. And I don't want to act like a victim. I completely allowed it to happen. It's my fault. But it's okay. It's a learning lesson. And so just know that if you've written me or anything and I haven't got back to you, I may have missed your email altogether because I'm getting so many emails and I've just got so much going on, and I try to answer where I can. Or B, it's just because I can't give my more than what I'm already doing away for free. So, and that's part of me, like coming into this mother bear energy and protecting myself and my boundaries. So, I just kind of wanted to put that video out there, and you know, I'm just, thanks guys. Thanks for being here and sharing like with me. I do read all of the comments and I try to answer the ones that I can. Just know that I appreciate it all. The energy exchange is there. So let me just quickly read through some of these comments that have come up really quickly. Yeah, being angry is important, guys. Don't spiritually bypass your anger. It's a trick on the ego, and it's actually false light telling you to bypass your anger because it's not a good emotion. It's an important emotion. Sure, it's lower frequency, it's lower vibe. You don't want to hang out there for the rest of your life, but we've all been angry at some point, and that emotion needs to be honored. The only way to really transmute it is to express it in some manner, and there are healthy ways to express your anger. So just know that if you're feeling like you're not supposed to because it doesn't feel good, just know it's a really healthy emotion to do that. Arby, my zodiac, I'm a Taurus sun, Sag moon, and Cancer rising. I don't think I've entered the celebrity world, Angel, but I appreciate that. But you know what? Anytime you have any sort of public platform, you're always susceptible to being attacked, and I know that, and I'll take that. I can take that in any, you know, I'll take it in stride, but it doesn't mean that I'm going to allow it to continue where I can control it. And so let's see here. Boundaries. Patrick, have been huge for you this month. You cut off your dad, 2 toxic friends you've known for 30 years. Totally get that. Your dad gaslights you still. You drew a line. Good for you. Good for you, Patrick. It's really important because it's all part of the self-value and self-worth lessons that so many of us go through. It's about not letting people treat us the way we don't want to be treated. We've got to start somewhere, right? Thank you, Brian. Let's see here. Narcissistic behavior telling me I'm not good and I deserve to feel ashamed and less than him. Oh, Patrick, yes. Okay. So, yeah, no one does want to listen to the child trafficking truth. I actually have a podcast coming out on Thursday with Doug Dietrich, and we talk a lot about this, and we go into like the decades of it. Definitely check it out. It's a super long one. It's almost 2 hours long. I don't agree with everything he said towards the end, but I appreciate a lot of his information, and I think it's really valuable, and I think everyone should listen and make their own conclusions. That's what this is for, you know, to present information and let everyone draw their own conclusions. I know the coronavirus truth is hard to get out too. It's like, oh my gosh, you know, but I really feel like, you know, I talked about this yesterday, that I never thought I would live to see the day where medical doctors are now getting censored for sharing their testing data, their own testing data, and they're getting censored now. And that tells me a really big truth, that the truth community is 100% the majority. We are now much bigger than the sleeping community. The awakened ones are definitely in control. That's if medical doctors now are getting censored, welcome to the club, guys. You now know what we've been trying to do like all these years, right? And it's a club we wish wasn't the circumstance, but we're all a happy family and we all got each other's backs. So let me see here. Yeah, we all are being affected in some way. Guys, I'm going to try my best to get this stream out. I'm doing a stream tonight at 7:30 Eastern with the Messengers of Hope group that I've been doing live every Tuesday night. I haven't been able to get it out on my YouTube channel. It has been going to Facebook, but we're going to be talking about dreams. So many of you guys have been writing me about your dreams and about how I can't tell you guys how many of you guys have been like writing to me about either trying to save children, watching like pornographic stuff in your dreams that you're trying to help people out of, feeling attacked, being chased, dark tunnels, like all of this stuff. So many people are writing me this in their dreams. They don't understand it. Cannibalism, that they don't understand why they're dreaming this all of a sudden. Like it's come out of like the blue in the last few weeks. And go watch my dreams downloads video that I just released last week, because we're all doing the work on other timelines through the dream state and healing through that, and also working with other people's consciousness through the dream state and helping them heal. There's so much happening right now. It's wild. It's absolutely wild. We're in like crazy high flux energy times right now. So guys, I'm going to leave it right there. If I can, I'm going to go live at 7:30 tonight, and I'll try and stream that video to my YouTube channel. But if not, I'll see if I can record it and upload it later. You can definitely check it out on the Masters Octave YouTube channel, or Jeremy McDonald's Lamplight Group YouTube channel. He should have it. Okay, guys, I love you so much. I hope maybe I see you in the comments later tonight. And tomorrow I'll be going live for my All Signs for May. I'll be doing that live at 6 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. Guys, I love you so much. I'm just going to wait a second before I end this video, because last time it cut it off a good 15 minutes or 15 seconds before I actually pressed the end stream. So take care. Hold a candle of light for all of the children, anyone who's being human trafficked. This is, to me, the root of all corruption on this planet, and that's the one thing that needs to heal first before anything else can actually take shape through 5D heart structure. Okay, guys, I love you so much.